Red Bull just revealed the difference with Mercedes. The longest wait is about to come to an end. The audience is starting to gather excitement as the Formula One race approaches, and the brands are ready to spice things up with their front row athletes. The top names are being watched to see how they will complete the race. In today's video, we're going to see how Red Bull is going to be different from Mercedes in the upcoming F1 race. Stay tuned till the end. Subscribe to this channel now and press the bell icon. With that being said, here we begin. Early indications of teams using drastically different aerodynamic qualities suggest 2022 will be a completely different grid than 2021. Will Red Bull break Mercedes' grip on the World Championship? Let's dig deeper. Mercedes has used modifications to boost its pace in the last two races to put a stop to what appeared to be Red Bull's dominance. Mercedes seems to have benefited more from the new Pirelli tires than Red Bull. Given that Max Verstappen's massive 32-point advantage over Lewis Hamilton was wiped out in just two races, Red Bull is preparing its own set of modifications to counterattack Mercedes. Red Bull had planned to bring several updates, according to a report in the German publication Auto Motor und Sport. Red Bull gave a sneak peek at the Formula One car that Max Verstappen thinks will help him win the championship and put an end to Mercedes' 7-year domination. Red Bull has unveiled their new car and team name for 2022 as they seek to maintain their dominance in Formula One, with Max Verstappen aiming to retain his title in the sport's all-new era. The new RB18 is another dramatic departure from the look of 2021, built to the sport's sweeping new rules as F1 attempts to improve wheel-to-wheel racing. It wears the standard Red Bull livery. For the first time since their 4 consecutive titles from 2010 to 2013, a resurgent Red Bull were title contenders last year. While they were beaten in the team rankings by Mercedes, the sport now has a new driver's champion in Verstappen, who defeated Lewis Hamilton in a spectacular but highly contentious race. They waited until the first day of testing in Barcelona before exposing the car's actual shape to the public in Milton Keynes. This method makes sense because the RB18's appearance includes certain unique features such as the hollow side pods. The Coanda effect, which states that airflow continues to follow a given surface, is cleverly used in this shape. Red Bull was also shocked on a mechanical level, specifically the front suspension, which has a pull rod mechanism. The team has the most spectacular example of how the car's dynamics interact with the floor's aerodynamics in the back. The key goal Adrian Newey set for himself in his remarkable F1 project was to perfect the car's ride height management. The porpoising problem has been solved by upgrading the side pods and floor, which Red Bull introduced during the test days in Bahrain. This has increased the Venturi effect of the tunnels under the car. The car's floor piqued many people's interest ahead of winter testing, though the team was likely the most forthright about it. Others sought to keep quiet about the floors, as this was the area where teams had to adjust their designs to meet the new standards without sacrificing too much downforce. Teams had to rebuild an aerodynamic section that is crucial for the efficiency of the diffuser and management of airflow around the rear wheels due to the lower floor's width towards the rear wheels. Mercedes, for example, has chosen to curve the floor edge up immediately in front of the rear wheels, with 3 covered vertical vanes attempting to steer air outboard. On the other side, Red Bull Racing's RB16B has a vertical standing piece with a curved leading edge directly in front of the rear wheel. A very large standing vane further upstream on the Red Bull, just before the cutout in the floor that is therefore hidden in the shot, is another intriguing contrast. Mercedes has a similar cutout, but without the front-end vane. When we examine closer to the car's center line, we may even see more variances. The indicated pull rod, for example, is mounted differently on both automobiles. The rod on the Mercedes is primarily hidden within the car's bodywork, whereas the rod on the Red Bull is exposed to airflow. Most teams are following Mercedes' lead. However, Red Bull's configuration places the rear damper further forward, allowing the back of the car to be decluttered. It's also worth noting that the height of the Mercedes diffuser does not appear to be optimum behind the lower wishbones, which Red Bull placed further backward for aerodynamic reasons. It appears to taper off towards the back wheels instead. This is a first, as teams normally maximize volume in the diffuser, whereas Mercedes appears to have found additional performance by taking a different design path. The side pod bodywork on the automobile is likewise unique. Mercedes side pods have minor bumps and an undercut, whereas Red Bull side pods are very graceful, bulbous side pods with severe narrowing towards the back of the car. This, combined with a relatively high side pod bodywork at the back, resulted in an extremely open rear end to maximize airflow over the gearbox's diffusers on both sides. Designers at Mercedes chose narrower outlets, a Y-lawn to support the rear wing and a mid-wing, and a smaller back component of the airbox. An interesting fact that is here worth mentioning is Red Bull's head Christian Horner allegedly dubbed Lewis Hamilton's new Mercedes car illegal. Mercedes debuted a machine for the second and side pads, again in Bahrain, a week and a half before the opening race. At the second preseason testing seed pods, Bahrain, the heated rivalry appeared. On the first day of testing outside pads international circuit, and Horner told Automotor Unsport, the new Mercedes violates the spirit of the regulations. For us, some parts are not legal. Mercedes chose the more basic version of the car for the first test event in Barcelona, but switched things up in the Middle East, where the first race of the season will take place in less than 2 weeks. They've also put some side pods and fins to the cockpit side. The side pods are equipped with a system of vents to help the car cool as efficiently as possible. This season, automobile vents have been allowed to return. Mercedes has taken a risky approach by detaching the SIS from the side pod entirely. Time will tell if their risk-taking pays off and gives Lewis Hamilton and George Russell a competitive advantage on the track or not. In theory, the side pod should provide an advantage, particularly in the circuit's slower turns. Nonetheless, throughout the test days, we noticed 2 flaws in the Mercedes idea. The first disadvantage is that porpoising appears to be a more serious issue than it was in Barcelona. The second disadvantage is sensitivity to the wind, which can be a significant factor in Sakir. The radical notion of the side pods where the mini-wings serve as a false carrier for the rear-view mirrors has been questioned. The Brackley engineers have placed far too much emphasis on the volume of the bodywork at the top of the car, whereas the true performance is generated at the bottom. However, Red Bull's competitiveness appears to be undeniable. The most recent vehicle upgrade follows a reasonable development path. This means that Newey and his team have attempted to address the car's flaws while maintaining the car's overall design. Simultaneously, they were able to fix the car's worst flaw, which is the downforce generation. Meanwhile, the RB18's ability to get the tires in the right window is one of its finest features. This year marks the start of a new era for Formula One as well as Red Bull, thanks to their new title sponsors and the departure of their previous engine supplier, Honda. Following a new arrangement, Red Bull will continue to use the same power units as before, while the team has established its own powertrains division to produce engines in the long run. The new F1 rules were implemented in an attempt to increase both racing and competitiveness, which means Red Bull and competitor Mercedes will be looking over their shoulders at the start of the next season, since other teams will have a better chance of battling at the front. Red Bull, on the other hand, appears to believe they can compete for and win another Formula One championship. It's presently tough to tell who has the best concept, partially because performance isn't everything at the start of the season. Reliability is just as vital for a successor, on the other hand, for failure. What's your opinion about this rivalry? Who will outshine the other according to you? Tell me in the comments. And that's all we've got for today. Thank you for staying with us until the end. For more videos like these, subscribe to our channel. If you appreciate the video, make sure you give it a like. And also, if you want to be notified of future videos, click that bell button. We'll meet up again in the next episode, and until then, peace.